Throwaway account for obvious reasons. I never thought I'd be the kind of person writing something like this, but after what happened, I feel like I need to get it off my chest. My business partner forged documents and tried to steal our company from me. And if I hadn't noticed one tiny detail that almost everyone would have ignored, I'd be out of everything right now. This still doesn't feel real, so please bear with me. Some background first. About 5 years ago, I started a small business with a guy I'll call Daniel. We met through mutual friends. He seemed smart, experienced, and genuinely interested in building something long-term. I handled sales and clients. He handled finances and legal stuff. Classic division of labor. At the time, it felt perfect. I trusted him completely. We signed the papers, shook hands, and got to work. That trust is what nearly ruined me. For a while, everything was great. We were growing fast. New clients every month, revenue climbing. People started taking us seriously. Daniel always said, "Don't worry about the paperwork, I've got it covered." And I believed him, because why wouldn't I? He'd never given me a reason not to. Until one meeting changed everything. We were talking to a potential investor. Nothing intense, just a casual discussion. At one point, the investor asked about ownership percentages. Daniel answered without hesitation, and something felt off. The numbers he mentioned weren't what I remembered agreeing on. I didn't say anything at the time, I laughed it off. But that night, I couldn't sleep. I pulled up our contracts, expecting to reassure myself. Instead, I got confused. The percentages were different. Not by much, just enough to make me question my memory. I told myself I was overreacting. Burnout does weird things to your brain. Still, something kept nagging at me, so I kept digging. That's when I noticed it. My signature was on documents I didn't remember signing. At first, I thought maybe I had forgotten. Then I looked closer. Every signature looked exactly the same. Same angle, same pressure, same size. Real signatures don't do that. That's when I realized this wasn't a misunderstanding. This was intentional. I didn't confront Daniel. I panicked quietly. I started checking file properties, creation dates, edit histories. Some documents had been modified months after they were supposedly finalized, and every single change shifted ownership more in Daniel's favor. At this point, my hands were literally shaking. I reached out to a lawyer friend and asked him to look at the documents. I didn't tell him the story, I just said I needed an opinion. He took about 10 minutes, then he said, "These signatures were copied and pasted." I felt sick. My business partner had forged my signature. As we dug deeper, the plan became clear. Daniel was preparing to legally remove me from the company. On paper, he already had majority ownership. One court filing and I'd lose. The company, the clients, everything I built. All without realizing it was happening. I decided to act like nothing was wrong. I smiled, I joked, I went to meetings. Meanwhile, my lawyer and I gathered evidence. Original files, emails, metadata, everything. The more comfortable Daniel got, the sloppier he became. He thought he had already won. We confronted him in a formal setting. Lawyers present, documents printed. When Daniel saw the originals next to the forged versions, he froze. He tried to deny it. Then he tried to blame a clerical error. No one bought it. The silence in that room was brutal. The forged documents were thrown out. Daniel lost all claim to the company. Legal action followed. I won, but it didn't feel like winning. It felt like surviving something I never saw coming. I learned a hard lesson. Trust doesn't replace verification. If someone insists you don't need to look at the paperwork, that's exactly when you should. Some betrayals don't come with warning signs. They come with smiles. If you're in business with someone, please learn from my mistake. Check everything. Ask questions. Protect yourself. Because sometimes the person you trust the most is the one quietly preparing to take everything from you. Thanks for reading. I'm still processing all of this.